Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know that we are taking a look at our options. We are potentially maybe wheeling out of some shares this week, and the crypto market is back. This portfolio is smacking new all-time highs every single week, and we love to see it. So we finally might actually get out of the wheel. For the day, we're up 7.7% on the portfolio. For the week, 2.57%. For the month, 17%. 3 months, 12%. 1 year, 48.68%. So almost a 50% year. That's how fast portfolios can move. This is why I've been trading in and out of the stocks that I am, especially Mara, because I knew it's only a matter of time. When Bitcoin wakes up, these stocks will wake up as well, and we are going to cash in on that volatility. So let's take a look at it. 1 year up 48%, not too bad. Buying power $148, contributions $1,950. And we have some plays on the table that are down right now, which is good. To be down on a covered call on a stock that you want to get called away at that fund, that means that it is going in an upward direction. And you've seen that in the portfolio, and that's why we're hitting new all-time highs, right? So let's take a look at what we did. Well, we have 505 shares of Mara. As you guys know, we got assigned 400 shares of Mara. And every week we've been selling covered calls. We collect income, we buy more shares. We collect income, we buy more shares. And now we're up to 505 shares. Which is about $9,500 worth of Mara, which is nice. And the hope is that we can get out of these shares by Friday for the price that I've selected. And that price is 4 contracts at the 19. And now we can sell 5 contracts because we hit 500. And that's 1 at the 19.5, which I sold today. So Friday, what did I do? Well, I rolled some options for $172. Absolute juice premium. Last week we sold options. Those options ended up expiring worthless, which is really nice. And, well, they would have expired worthless, I should say. And so what I did, well, I rolled it. And whenever you can roll it, then you can get some big premium. So we closed it out for 0.02. We opened the new one for 0.45. We had a nice little green day on Friday in the morning. And I rolled into that. I collected the premium. And things got rocking and rolling. So we took that money and we put some of it to work, and we still have some that we need to put to work, but I am waiting for a dip because you probably would have guessed it, but Mara is up 10% for the day. So last week we collected $232 in premium selling options. This week we're at $213. Absolute killer month. You can see here's where 172 of it is. And then this morning I said, hey, the stock's up. I could sell the shares outright for a profit, or I could get paid to sell them for even more. So what I do, well, I sold a call at the 19.5, and I said, I'm okay letting my shares go at 19.5 on Friday. So if the shares are above 19.5, I will lose this position. And I also already got paid 33 on top. So it's like I sold it for an extra 33 bucks on top of the 19.5. And as we know, in my Mara position, as of right now we're up 0.73 or $76. My cost basis is $18.50, which we actually were able to get down from my last buy. And we've just slowly been bringing that down as we continue to buy more shares. So there is no way to lose here. Obviously, the stock could continue to go and you could lose on some upside. But no matter what, if I get my 500 shares called away, 4 of them will be at the 19. 1 of them will be at the 19.5. Because our cost basis is $18.50, that's $50 of share appreciation for the 4. So that's a $200 play there if those 4 get called away, and then another 100. So if these all get called away, we'll book $300 on share appreciation, plus we'll book just over $200 on the option premium as well. So could be a nice $500 a week and it would get us all the way to cash if all things go well in terms of the stock just continuing to rise. If it doesn't, then we'll look at rolling it on Friday like we did the last Friday. Once that theta decays it down to the 0.08, or I'm sorry, the 0.01, 0.02 level, like we did on this option. I'll show you it again right here, this 0.02. That's when you are at the end and you're at the maximum time to roll. So 505 shares of Mara. If we go into it, I also want to show you what we've been doing. If you're new here, this is kind of what we've been trying to do. This is on the traditional IRA, all Mara. Every single week, we sell options, we buy shares. So you can see here, sold options for $52, bought $50 worth of shares. Sold options for $236, bought $125, bought $86, bought $89. Sold another couple calls for $172, bought $88 worth. and rinse repeat. This time our last buy was at 1774. That's the one we did last week. These last couple of buys I did here was to get us up to that 500 share mark. So we bought some shares here at the 1797, bought more shares here at the 1739, and more shares here at the 1795. So all sub 18, which is nice, lowered our cost basis down, got our share count up, and boom, just like that, we just continue to collect rent. So this week, we collected rent on our shares, over $200. We made a play that could net us $500 for the week, which on a $9,000 account was really good. So that's how we're up 48%. We just keep selling, we keep reinvesting, and we don't worry about the ups and downs. If we lose the shares, great, then we'll get back to selling cash secured puts. On that side of things, if we go into Mara and we say, all right, well, my cost basis is $18.50. Let's say I get called away this week. Then I'm looking into, possibly the next week. But if we just look at the numbers now, it's like, all right, I'm already at $18.50. So let's say I want to try to get them back at $18.50. We go for the 5, we sell puts, we get paid $300 to try and re-enter at the exact same cost basis. If you wanted to play it a little safer, you could try to do something like this, sell the 5 again, and get paid $200 to try and re-enter at a cheaper cost basis, which would require less capital. So that's the game we're playing when we're willing in and out of stocks. So far, this has done me well. I don't know anybody that'd be unhappy with a 48.5% one-year return, but this is how we trade options on a small brokerage account. I've showed it in and out every single week. Hopefully we can get back to the wheels. And I do just want to show you, why are we moving? Well, look at Bitcoin. We have been on an absolute rise over the last couple of weeks. This is on the daily chart. We got down as low as 53 back in September, 53,000. We now are pushing up to this $68,000 mark. If we can break some of these resistance levels, especially that $70,000 mark, we have some time to run. Now, if we move this to the weekly and we just take a look here, you can see we have pegged this a couple of resistance multiple times. So we need to see continued rise up in order to get a real breakout. If we do get a real breakout, Mara is going to go definitely above 20, probably into that $22, $25 range. If we end up falling back down, we might see the 17s again, potentially even the 16s. It really just depends. But the higher these SMAs, which is the yellow line here, the red line, and the purple line, as we see those go higher and higher and higher, especially on the weekly, that is where our support just continues to rise, which is what we want to see going into the bull market. You can see the SMAs here just slowly continuing to rise at the 62, 63, 63.5 mark. And we're building some nice support. We're bouncing off that Fibonacci 0 at the 65, 260. So that's just a little bit on the Bitcoin side of things. Let's jump back into the spreadsheet because this is the tell-all, right? So we've been talking about it. We have just been selling calls, collecting rent, boom, boom, boom. We got assigned Mara back on July 29th at the $19 strike. And obviously we got paid some premium to get assigned that. And then we just kept selling calls. We did not panic. It went down as low as $14. We don't panic. We just keep selling calls. We keep collecting. You can see the strikes though as the stock came down. I was selling under cost basis. You have to know how to manage options to do that. I don't suggest it if you don't know how to manage them. But 17, 1850, 19, 1850, 19, 1950, 19, 1950. So you can see that we have just been slowly collecting the rent each and every single week. Couple dollars here, couple dollars there. Now that we are close to the money, we're collecting the big time juicy paychecks. And you can see that here, 232, 180. This I could have done it once, but we just barely got to that 500 lot. So nice to see here. Contract wise, you can see 400, 400, 400. So we've been working with a 400 lot. Now we're working with 500. So more income is going to be coming in the account. And that's the power of the strategy. I just kept selling calls. I took those calls. I averaged down. I bought more shares. When the stock rebounded, now my cost basis looks better. I have more shares. I have more money in the account, and I can continue to collect a higher level of rent because I have more shares. So where are we at? Well, this is where we're at on the sums of the trades, right? Mara continuing to just move up the scale. CleanSpark 1758 for the year. Mara 1000. We popped the $1,000 mark this week, which is nice to see, right? TSL on the list as well. Wheel profit, $1,000 we made this year. Trade profit, $3,200. So where are we looking for the month? Well, for a $545 worth of options income, which has come into the account so far in October, and we still have more time to collect more income. Potentially, actually, we're pretty much almost in November. Today is 10/28. So unless I roll my calls early, which I probably won't, we are probably done for this week. That being said, when the shares get called away, if they do get called away, that will premium will update. Right now it is showing 0, but if the shares get called, we will book the will and we will show that on here. So average $300.21 a month so far on the capital in the account. Will, we're averaging about $100 a month on will on average. Right now for the month on our money, I have returned through trading options 7%. Not too bad. If you take a look at the entire year and you take the amount of money that we have made in premiums divided by the balance of the account, which you can see here, we are talking about a 41% return on our money. Not too bad. Average 6% a month, 6.8% a month per month so far this year. So this is how it looks when we're looking at the will premiums plus the money we've made selling options. Not too bad. Staying in that range. I'll take $300 a year or $300 a month every single month trading options on a $7,000-$8,000 account. Here's how the money's been broken down. First week 52, second week 280, third week 180, and then as you know, this morning I sold that $33 covered call, and that's how we're at the 545. So that is the update on the account. Not too bad. Numbers are looking really good. New all-time highs. Returns are looking great. I would love to get back to cash and get back to selling cash secure puts so that we can slowly continue to rise on the account. So that's what we're looking for the account. Thank you everybody as always for tuning in. It has been a wild ride. We will continue to ride this storm and share every single trade that we make each and every single week. So don't forget to drop a like. Happy investing, and we'll catch you next time.